Hey everybody, it's Cleversider from Team 6. We're going to take a look at Consulate today. The very first defense operator that we're going to look at is Mute. The second one is going to be Valkyrie, and then the attacker that we're going to look at today is Sophia, or you can use Ash, either way. So the very first Mute jammer that we're going to take a look at is this little ledge here. You're going to shoot the radio and the work shelf that's actually on the wall. So you're going to crouch down, and you're going to see this vault prompt there. As soon as you see the vault prompt, press space. Once you press space, you'll be able to vault up on top and get the mute jammer on there, but most people actually don't know that you can have height with your mute jammers. So as we go upstairs, we're going to be able to see with the new update that in the left hand corner that we get the mute jammer indicator, so that way you can verify that it's still coming through on the top of the stairs. But that west door is still going to be vulnerable for drones unless you mute jam on the left side of that door, but they can still toss grenades, ash charges, you name it, through that door and destroy that jammer if they wanted to. The very first Valkyrie camera we're going to take a look at is going to be the site that's located on lobby, the very first floor, and piano. For the cam location, it's going to be on the east wall. It's going to give complete defilade from the people coming in from the main door to lobby. It's going to be the second pillar or third pillar on the wall here. It's going to be on the right side of the pillar, not left, but more so on the right, so that way it gives it a little bit more coverage for people actually coming in. Once they come in, they're not going to be looking at it. It's going to be actually quite insanely difficult unless they have an IQ to be able to spot that out for you. And as we can see here on the cam, it's going to be just all the way left for you to actually see them in your peripheral of the camera. If you put it underneath this table here, it's not going to work out very well. So the best place to put it is either one of these pillars, and then you'd be golden. For our second Valkyrie cam, we're going to go on the second floor. It's going to be holding down meeting room and CEO. There's one of the best sites that you can hold as defending on this place, so take note, as this little camera is going to be on the left hand side of the two windows in meeting room. It's going to be on this either chair, doesn't really matter. It's going to be right there on the wall. Attackers really won't notice this camera unless they have an IQ, probably coming in from the balcony to be able to spot this, but more than likely they're going to come up the stairs and go ahead and plant without you actually knowing is there. The next little sneaky spot that we have for our cam is still be on the second floor. Same objective that it can hold. It's going to be on this potted plant here. Going to give a little bit for the desk itself, not so much for the top of the plant, what we're going to do on the first one for the north spiral staircase, but on top of the plant it's going to give you south stairs, as we can see here, or just out of admin office as they come through. But it's also going to give you a little bit into CEO. The second location is going to help us out when it comes to the north stairs, we see in a second. Seeing behind the desk that's coming across from yellow stairs is a little bit more important than you might think, so we're going to place our cam just on the left hand side of this potted plant itself. You'll be able to see still from the south stair, and you can see a little bit more behind the desk itself if you use the same location. As we run over here, you're going to see if they come through bathroom as well. If they come just running out through bathroom, you might be able to pick them off and give the information to your team. That way it's still a little bit hidden from them as well. They can't see underneath the bench itself, and it gives you better sight for everybody else. Okay, we're back down in the basement, and this time we're going to choose Valkyrie. For this little sign here, it's going to give us a little bit of a defilade for our camera, but we're going to make sure most of the coverage is going to be on the left side of the sign. The attackers really won't notice the camera if it's all the way left. Make sure it's all the way left. If it's on the wall, they'll be able to get a little bit more of a visual, but you want to make sure it gets on the actual post of the stairs. You'll be able to catch north stair, south and west hallways as attackers come through. That way you'll be able to easily call it for your team, and if you actually view through the camera, they'll be able to confuse the sign for the light itself sometimes. For the next one, we're actually going to come back up to the second floor. We're going to take a look at this first window towards the left. You want to do it on the right side of that window, the barred window there. Now, the people from the skylight might be able to actually view the cam a little bit easier than anybody else coming up the stairs or the actual skylight itself, but you might be able to get some people as they come in northwest from the garage. You can use this as a garage site, or if they actually spawn, you might be able to ping a couple people as they come through. But basically, this is a really good spot for garage, and most people won't expect it. For this next Valkyrie cam, we're going to still be up in the second floor. It's going to be on the east wall between this potted plant and the vending machine. It's going to give you complete coverage and sight from the south stairs. north spiral stair, and you might be able to get a little bit on the yellow stairs all the way in the back on the west wall, and good coverage for everybody. Our last operator we're going to take a look at is going to be one for the attackers. It's going to be Sophia, or you can bring an Ash if you want to. Either one works. Potentially maybe Capital. It's going to be for the defenders whenever they're holding down basement. What you're going to do is go all the way up to the second floor in a second. We're going to show you just how it is. We're going to toss our drone just for the sake of the video so we can keep eyes on it. Okay, now that we're here on the second floor, we're going to take a look at this north wall here. We're going to put our back against the north wall so that way we're facing south. We're going to take a look at this little square that's right in front of you. You can use the post on the left hand side as a guideline, as well as the desk on the right hand side as a guideline as well. You're going to face directly right in the middle. You're going to put 2 to 3, maybe 4 shots if you're lucky, and silence pistol helps you out a lot so that way they don't know where it's coming from. Sophia's lifeline, Ash's grenade launcher, and Capital's crossbow can actually work through bullet-sized holes. So once you make your holes in the floor of the second floor, it goes all the way down to the first floor to the basement. It'll be able to clear out anything that's on the garage door as we can bring our second drone in. We hit our first drone as we were shooting our holes just now, so let's bring it in for a little bit of oversight. As we bring in our second drone, we're going to see just how tiny these holes are as we look at the garage ceiling itself here. We zoom in just a little bit so that way you can get a good picture. This is a little sneaky way for you to get your asphyxiating bolts, Ash breaching charges, or the Sophia's lifelines to clear out the basement for whatever they want to do. This will help you and your team defend against bandit tricking or electrical flooding that Kaid is now able to do. We're going to pop a couple of shots in there just so that way we can see. We're also going to back up our drone so that way we see what happens as you shoot your lifelines in from the second floor. It doesn't take that many of the lifelines to actually do it. You could just shoot both of your lifelines and save the concussion grenades for later on. But as you can see, the first one goes through all the way through from the piano floor, and it's going to hit the garage indefinitely. But if you want to make sure, you want to pop a couple shots from the second floor and then shoot both lifelines down there, and you should be golden. Alright guys, that should be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you got any more tips, let me know down in the comments below. If you have some more that I'm missing for Consulate, I know that I probably am, but let me know down in the comments what you got.